Video number 152, range for trig function values. Let's take a look at sine theta equals 3. The question is this possible, yes or no? Well, remember, what is sine? Sine is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Does this make sense? Can the opposite be 3 times the size of the hypotenuse? And I think we all understand that the answer to that question is no. This is definitely not possible. No. Not possible, because in any right triangle, the C value will always be greater than either of the two legs. I will call this one B, call this one A. Alright? So that's the way it works. Therefore, sine theta equaling 3, not possible. Okay, cosine theta equals negative 0.57. Well, can cosine be negative? Of course it can. It's just going to be over here. It's going to be to the left. Remember, cosine, comma sine, cosine's x, sine's y. So cosine's to the left and then up. So it's going to be over here. So it's possible to be negative, right? Of course, it could also be over here too. So in either of these two theta values. Can it be less than 1? And the answer to that is yes. Here's the A value. There's the C value. Of course, A can be less than C. In fact, it has to. Alright, so the answer to this question is yes, this is possible. Alright, next one. Tangent theta equals negative 100. Is it possible for tangent to equal negative 100? Let's ask ourselves, is it possible for tangent to be negative? Of course it is. Tangent's negative where? Over here and over here. Quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. So, is it possible for it to be 100? Opposite over adjacent. Well, let's see here. Yes, we would be dealing with a very tall right triangle where this side could be 100 and that could be 1. So yes, opposite over adjacent could be 100, and of course it could be negative 100. So yes. Where is this possible? Quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. Alright, secant theta equals negative 0.8. Is this possible? Well, secant, what is secant? It's the inverse of cosine. What's cosine? Well, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so therefore secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. Okay, well, is it possible for secant to be negative? Yes, it could be negative. But is it possible to be less than 1? Is it possible for the hypotenuse over adjacent to be less than 1? No. And again, it's because the hypotenuse will always be larger than either of these two. So this would definitely be not possible. Okay, because again, secants, cosine. So it looks like secants will always be greater than 1. Secants and cosecants will always be greater than 1 because the hypotenuse will always be the numerator. And it looks like cosines and sines will have to be less than 1 because they'll always have a hypotenuse in the denominator. Alright, so there you have it. That's the verdict. Good times. Talk to you later.